What's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Fresh Yiddy coming at you with another morning motivation video, live video. If this is your first time watching me on YouTube, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you never miss an upload. And if you're on Facebook watching, make sure that you like, comment, and you share this video. Matter of fact, everybody just share this video with someone that they like, someone that they love, someone that could benefit from this information. Anybody who has a business doesn't necessarily always have to be pressure washing, because these principles can help everybody in your daily walk and in your daily business day. You know? Anyway, hey guys, man. Good morning. It's Friday. I know some of you are winding down the week for today, and some of you work Saturday, some of you don't work Saturday, some of you work Saturday and Sunday, and some of you don't get a break. But you should get a break, because having a break is good for you, because the body does need some rest so that you can perform at a high level at all times. Part of being given everything you got is knowing when to rest. Okay, so make sure that you get adequate rest when it's time for it. Okay, if you want to go hard for 2 weeks in a row, and then definitely take some time for your body to recuperate, so you can go for another 2 weeks to finish out the month strong and good. So make sure you guys do that. All right, so today we're going to be talking about success. Success is a thing that all of us want. Well, most of us want success. I'm pretty sure if you're in this business, you want to have some type of success. Success is defined by the person, whoever the person is, whatever they feel like would be successful to them, whether it's, 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, however you define success. But so we're going to be talking about success and how success is on the other side of failure, right? Success is on the other side of failure. Okay, so what does that mean? That means sometimes success, a lot of times success, comes after many, 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 many trials. Okay, the name of the game is persistence, and having a just a undying desire to make it where you're trying to make it. So it's you saying, I don't care how long it takes me, I don't care how long I don't care how hard I have to work, I'm going to get to my goal, and I want my goal so bad that I can taste it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when we go about our daily, business things, we tend to have, some moments of temporary defeat. I'll say, I don't want to say failure, but temporary defeat. Okay, and if we know anything, then what we just been talking about the last week, we've been talking about getting over fear and things like that, eradicating fear, and so what we need to do is we need to just keep pushing. We just need to keep pushing through. Those temporary defeats will come, and then when they come, we know that they are really blessings in disguise. Okay, those trials come to make us strong. We've heard that before. But those things are there, just for us to learn something, to see if we are going to have the stamina to make it all the way through. Because a lot of times people fail, they might start again, and they fail, and then they give up. And I use fail in that sense because I knew that at the end, it was going to be that the person would give up. Okay, and usually I will use, a temporary defeat, because that's what they really are, just temporary defeats. But for every defeat, or in this case, every failure, there's an equal positive win. Okay, for every failure, there's an equal positive win. So if you have a little failure, there'll be an equal positive win. If you have a big failure, there'll be an equal positive, big positive win. Okay, for every door that closes, there will be a door that opens. Little door closes, little door opens. Big door closes, big door will open. I'll give you an example. Before I moved down to the Atlanta area, my wife and I were trying to, have a life where we can provide for the one kid that we had, which is now 3. But we were trying to provide for the kid that we had. So we went to work, both of us with master's degrees, and we were working in Virginia, where we're from, and we both together were probably making, we made less than $20,000 a year, both of us together combined, and we didn't live bad. We lived pretty, decent area, and we made it through by the grace of God. But so before we moved down, we weren't making a lot of money, and so we were trying to basically advance our careers in Virginia. And every time we tried to advance our career in Virginia, it was just met with a no. I've tried to, advance to being a teacher, plenty of times. And I just kept getting no's, and people were overlooking me for other people. It was at a point when I was coaching football, and when you coach football, they usually look favorably upon those people to bring them in to be, teachers, especially in the special education realm. They usually look for those, coaches to fill some of those positions sometimes, because those are the easiest positions to get teachers into the building, and to get coaches in the building. And I was a coach that they wanted to get in the building, and you had to have certain credentials. But if you had at least a degree and a child in a course in exceptional children, then you would be able to be a teacher on a provisional license. So I tried, and they told me I didn't have enough. But then the next year, started coaching with a guy, and I'm like, are you a paraprofessional, or you a teacher? Like, yeah, teacher. Yeah, a teacher. I was like, oh, you got the classes and everything? He said, no, they just, I'm a coach in the building, so they just got me in as special ed. I was like, you're on a provisional? He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, they never would give me a provisional, but they gave you a provisional. So, basically everybody was getting, jobs and everything. So I'm like, oh man, well, whatever. So I decided, like, look, I'm gonna get up and leave. I told my wife we're gonna go to Georgia, and then so I filled out applications. First application, yes. Interview, great. Wife did it. Her first application, come on down for an interview. Great. So we went down to Atlanta for interviews, and when we on the way there, we got another interview, and then another interview, and then I ended up getting a couple of interviews, and then eventually we got hired, okay, as paraprofessionals. So we moved down to Georgia, and then when we got here to Georgia, principals called. I actually ended up applying for a job when we came down during the week. We actually stayed a week to apply and do interviews, and then we went back home because we got hired actually before we left. And then so I got a call from another principal who saw my information online and wanted to give me an interview. So I went in, did the interview, and actually came out a teacher, an actual teacher. And then my wife's principal, who hired her, called her, offered her a teaching job. So she ended up becoming a teacher. So we went from less than $20,000 to over $100,000 in income. Okay. So that was a great stepping stone. It's a great story, man, because for every door that closes, there was a equal winning door that opened. Okay. So had so many doors shut, and there was the reason why they were shut was for me to keep pushing, and I saw through it to my goal. My goal was to become a teacher, and I pushed and pushed and pushed and became a teacher, and made the money that I felt like I was deserving to make. Okay, so I mean that's just one of the examples of how this thing can really turn around for you guys, and if you keep what the Bible calls long suffering, if you can suffer through those closed doors, because know that when those doors close, that you got something that opens. So let's say you were trying to land a big commercial contract, right? That's going to bring you in $10,000 of let's just say 10,000 every quarter. They want their thing done every quarter, so every quarter you're going to get 10 grand. All right, so put in a bid, door closes, you're upset, you stop looking for bids, not knowing that the next bid that you'll try to go for, you're going to end up getting another one for $100,000. So, usually when those doors open, they're usually back tenfold. Usually you get it back tenfold, right? So I think me and my wife were making about, 14,000. It was like between 14 and 17,000. Then we went from that to over $100,000 in income, with our jobs. And so you can see how when those doors closes, those things open up. So what I want you to do is I want you to have that long suffering. I want you to push, and never give up. Okay. It's the ones that give up. It's the ones that give up are the ones who leave, money on the table. I'll just say it like that. Money on the table. One more quick story. Okay. So there was this guy who had, decided that he wanted to go up into the hills of Colorado. I think it was Colorado, during those gold rush eras, the gold rush days. So he went up there, said he's going to mine some gold, went out there, found some gold, right? Boom. Gold, right? So they're mining gold, and the extraordinary risk that he took with him and his partner. They found what they were looking for, and now they're getting rich, right? Because they found all this gold. Then all of a sudden, one day, that gold mine just dried up, right? So they keep digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging until finally they were like, you know what? We're not finding any more gold. It's dried up. Let's just cut our losses here and go home. So they sold the mine that they were working and all the equipment, and they went home. And so the guy that bought the mine looked at it like, well, if there's gold, they found gold, there's got to be more in there. So he hired someone to come in and look at it that knew what they were doing. They came in and said, hey, there's probably a vein with another big pot of gold right about 3 feet away. So if you just dig about 3 feet, a little bit further, then you should hit another vein where there's a bunch of gold there. So the guy said, okay. Went out, dug 3 more feet, and hit another vein of gold. And then got rich. So had the guys who bought that mine went just a little bit further. They felt like they were defeated. If they just went a little bit further, they would have found that money. They would have found that gold or that money. Yeah, let's say that money. They would have found it. So that's just another example of staying the course, and knowing that success is on the other side of this failure, guys, or the other side of this temporary defeat. All right. Failure is only failure when you decide that you're going to quit. Okay. You don't fail until you quit. So that's why failure is failure is an illusion. Okay. It's only something that's made up in your mind. Okay. If you give up, then you fail. If you don't give up, you'll never fail. If you don't give up, you'll never fail. All right. So I just want to leave you with that nugget, man. It's Friday, man. Go out there and make some good money, man. I've got, yesterday, man, we was all day long, guys. I'm talking about all day long. I went to a house and worked from noon to about 9:30 last night, and then probably got home around 10:15, and probably got to sleep around 11. And so here I am, showing up for you guys, and I'm glad that you guys are showing up for me. So I'm a little exhausted from yesterday. It's a lot of work at this one house. It was huge, man. I mean, and then so we got another huge house today, and another house on top of that. So it's like 2 houses today. One is huge, and then one normal home. So getting it out here, getting it, man. Guys, stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Have long suffering. Have faith. Push through. Okay. All right. Eradicate fear. Eradicate fear, and get to your 5-figure months. Get to your 5-figure months. All right. That's my time, guys. Of course, if you want to talk, the link is down in the description, so we can have a conversation. Of course, if we're going to work with each other one-on-one, then I just think it's fair to be compensated for my time. But again, if you want to go into the pressure washing business building question safe zone, what is it? The group. Yeah, the pressure washing business building group. Just click the link down below and you can join the free group. There'll always be some great information in there. I'm really going to start pushing that stuff out. There were some things that I had to make sure that I was hearing right, make sure that I was going to get right. But now the time is right to get that stuff going. And I'm going to start scheduling those things out so you guys can see what you want to actually come to. Because those are going to be some live videos that I'm going to do. And then, also some YouTube videos that'll be posted. So thank you, guys. I am going to go ahead and get to my rest of my morning routine, so I can get out of here, get this workout in, and get out of here and get to these jobs. All right. You guys have an awesome Friday, and I'll see you guys on Monday. All right. Have a good day.